Jennie and Jeanette having fun with J&J. This is our second episode, season one. I'm Jennie, and
I'm Jeanette.
that's Jeanette. And we are back again to talk with you about fun stuff, crafting stuff, women stuff, family stuff, and fun stuff. And we're going to
Yes.
start out this morning. We talked about this a little bit. Jeanette would like to start us with an inspiration thought of the day to let you guys have a wonderful Friday into the weekend. So take it away, my
Yes.
dear.
Hi. This one is called, and if you're interested in this thing, it's really pretty. It's from Joyce Meyer. So it's starting your day right. And I picked today, and it says, God will help you. The Lord will give you unyielding and unpenetrable strength to his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Psalms 29:11. God has been showing me that we need to be aware of his presence provisions now and not in the future. Psalms 28:7. David said of God, I am helped. Therefore, my heart greatly rejoices, and with my song, I'll praise him. He did not say, I will be helped. Wait on God, because God's help will strengthen you to behave in a godly way all day long. If you trust in him, even while you wait on God to manifest his plan, your heart can greatly rejoice in his presence. Tell someone something good that God has done for you, and then watch him move in the presence of your praise. And that is my inspiration of the day.
Amen, my sister. And you know, that is going to go really well with our topic of today, because Jeanette came up with the marvelous idea today to talk about crafters and doing good for each other. And as women crafters, being able to find how really good you are and share that with others, and try to not put yourself down and put other crafters down. Everybody's got their own road. Everybody's got their own path. And we're here today. Jeanette does, every day we talk, we have more things in common. Jeanette was a baker, and I found that out about her. I'm an author. We do all different things. And we bring to the table the uniqueness of us. And I think that's what she was telling us, what God was telling us about being special and helping others. So
yes.
Go ahead, Jeanette. You got the subject today.
Well, you know what is basically when you get also, you have to protect yourselves, because you always think that your work is not good enough. You do this painting, you go, and then you look at somebody else's painting. That happened to me when I was in Tampa one time, and I was in a vending event, and at that time I was just painting, and all of a sudden I see this lady's painting, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and I look at my painting and I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm like, I need to bring down my tent and, just go home. Just about when I was about to do that, this man comes, he goes, that is a gorgeous painting. And I'm like, gorgeous painting? Where? And he goes, that painting you have of the silhouette with that woman. I'm like, you like that? He goes, yeah. Why? I mean, it's good. Everybody's different. And that's when I told myself, okay, she has her style and I have my style. I need to stop thinking low about myself, because we each have our own style. So an
Exactly.
artist is an artist. You know how many artists are out there, and they all have this unique gift of how to bring something to life. Let's say I do a clock. Somebody else does a clock and they do it better. And I'm like, well, darn it, I like that. I think I'm on, I like what you did right there. So you have
I'm gonna stop you. Don't
okay.
say better, different.
Different.
It's
That's
different.
right. You know what? I stand correct. This is why I love her, because she corrects me. It is one of these things that we have. Well, that's why we have each other. So basically it is different. So different is always good, because everybody is different. If everybody was same in the world, it
Boring.
wouldn't be fun. It would be boring. So
Boring.
that's why we have Jennie and Jeanette to tell you that it's okay to be different and to be your own special you, and to think of yourself as great as you want to be, because we're taught, and this is my it was my stinking thinking a long time ago. Basically, I always thought you can't be bragging about yourself. Have you ever heard somebody stop
Right.
bragging? Stop bragging. So that's always within me. We don't brag. We really don't. We never brag about ourselves. And that was something that they say, wow, she's really prideful, isn't she? She brags about herself. She's so vain. She's so this. And I'm like, am I doing that? And then all of a sudden we shut it off just because of something else that we saw, but not knowing that the person that was saying it was what she was saying. Does that make sense?
Right. Right. It does.
Don't be
Well,
vain, but yet they're
I think vanity is different. Look, I'm like, oh, that, okay, and what a gum. Okay. I think that's how we were raised, because we weren't supposed to bring attention to ourselves, and we weren't
right.
supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
make someone else feel bad about their stuff. I always think of Everybody Loves Raymond is like one of my favorite shows, and Deborah would try to cook, and then Marie would bring in a better turkey, like just in case your food sucks, that's wrong. But had she gone in and said to Deborah, oh, you're trying to make this, let me help you and we can be good together, is a different thing.
Right.
So everybody has a
Yep.
different level of skill at certain things. And every woman crafter, every woman entrepreneur has that. But crafters, especially artists, we're inside our heads. Jeanette and I were talking about this last night. We're thinking, glue gun right here. Middle of the night. We're gluing,
Yep.
we're sewing, we're doing something. And we start thinking, God, this sucks. I really didn't do this really well. And then you see someone online and they've got this ta-da, this Beetlejuice notebook. Theirs is so good, and it's got all the lights on it, and you're looking at your little thing, and you're like, wow, that kind of looks, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Yep.
We have to bless that. We have to say to that girl, God bless you, you rock.
Yes.
But I do too. And I'm going to make the best product that I can. I'm going to do the best service that I can for my customers. And let me tell you something, and this is for Jeanette too, because she doesn't realize this about herself. You could have two identical products, right? They're exactly the same. This girl is standing behind her table at a pop-up, hunched down, doesn't want anybody to see her. Okay. Jeanette, my friend, she's out there. She's talking to people. She's sharing to people. She's telling you, wow, I like that hat you're wearing. That's awesome. Which clock is going to sell? My guess, Jeanette. It's going to be Jeanette's, because Jeanette is reaching out. She's not being vain. She's being purposeful. That's
yes. And that's one thing I see, me coming from experience, that I go to the vending events. You stay surprised. I'm right here and I'm talking to people, I'm dancing, and they have shows and everything. And I'm like, hey, pointing to people and just having fun and just doing this. It attracts them. And you see the little girls, how they're behind like this. And you're like, dude, get engaged. You have to engage with the people, because people right now these days, we're just talking about this, right? And we have to realize that people these days, I mean, one of the things we were talking about too, that last week, people just love the fact that we were laughing. People are looking for laughter, joy, sunshine. People are looking for people to engage. We're too much behind our phones. We need to really engage. Like, one of the rules that I have with my husband and I, when we go out to eat, put your phone away. I don't want to see it. Put your phone away. Put it away. Put it away. And don't even answer. Put it on mute. Just put it on mute. Because if we don't get time to spend with each other, like, what's the use to going to dinner. What's date night about? Playing on the
I
phone? No,
know.
no, I ain't having none of that. No, we gotta do. So you have to do the same thing with
It is,
your customers.
and
When you,
it and
yeah,
it,
when you
it
go to these pop-ups, engage.
well,
You have to engage.
you're paying your you're a local person. You're paying to be there. You've gone and you've
Mm-hmm.
done all the work. You've made all the products that you have. You set them up. It's all beautiful. Okay, and then this
Uh-huh.
is not Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Um, Corporations spend millions of dollars. I used to be in the skincare business, and we used to make skincare. Okay, um, I would
Uh-huh.
say
Uh-huh.
almost all skincare is basically the same. It's got the same kind of products. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we have this thing that'll make you, younger or whatever." The product itself to make,
Mm-hmm.
Jeanette, costs nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
the research and development, and it's the marketing, and it's the packaging. I could make you the
Ah.
ugliest thing in the world and put it in a beautiful package, and people say, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful." So you gotta yourself, you know, get out
Yep,
there.
you do.
It's not bragging. If you got a gal next to you that's doing the same, like crochet thing that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
don't sit
Mm-hmm.
there and say, "God, her stuff's better than mine, and I'm not going to show my stuff." Pick one of the things that you are most proud of, right? Like you have a
Mm-hmm.
product that you really like. Okay, go with that. Stand out there and say, "Hey, y'all, did you exactly? Did you see my new clock?" And if they say, I'm not in the market for a clock, you say, "You know what? I totally understand that you don't care about time. I like that. But here's my card." Right? Right? And you can email me. I will follow up with you. And did you get my newsletter? Okay. Ask them for their email. They'll give it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that customer will come back because you know why? They're going to remember you because you talked to
Mm-hmm.
them. You
Yes.
talked to them.
I had people right there and I'm laughing with them. And like one of the things in pop-ups also, you have people with pets. I'm a pet lover. And
Yep.
guess what? I learned real quickly, have some treats. Okay. What happens when the dog, you come, "Here, baby, you want to, and you give him a little dog bone, milk bone biscuits, those little things that you have. And I
Yep.
come in, I give the dog, and I ask the parent, "Hey, can I give your dog a biscuit?" "Yeah, sure." While the dog is eating a biscuit, she's like this on my table, like looking
Exactly.
what can she buy, and she goes, "Oh, can I have that?" I have that plenty of times happen to me where I'm playing with the dog, and one lady was trying to buy 3 or 4 pair of earrings. I said, "Let me hold that dog for you," and I hold that dog. I say, "Oh yeah, this is a horse," and I'm like trying to hold the back. I'm going, "What kind of dog is this again?" Yeah, and I'm going, "Wow!" I was hugging it. I said, "You need to stay still." And the lady shopping, and she's like, "Thank you for holding my dog. Here, I'll take these 5 earrings. I'll take, whatever." And that's fun because they'll remember, like, she held my dog. I had that same lady come
It,
back to me the week after with no dog, and she remembered me. So it's little things
that's
like that catch
exactly,
attention.
you know, you we don't have as small business women, crafters, artisans, we don't have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of avenues. We don't have a lot of money to spend on our marketing. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that
Mm-hmm.
stop women from
That's true.
expanding their
Mm-hmm.
business. So when you have
Yes.
an opportunity to get one-on-one with a
Mm-hmm.
client or customer, this is your opportunity. Okay, I've gone to pop-ups where they don't have business cards, where they don't give out little freebies,
Mm-hmm.
if you have them. You could give out, like,
Mm-hmm.
say, with your clocks, you could give out an appointment card with your name on the back, because they'll keep that's for their appointments for the month. And guess what? They'll keep that in their wallet.
Mm-hmm.
It costs you hardly anything.
Right.
And then they'll pull out and say, "Oh, I
Better
remember that
yet.
lady." So we have to be
Uh-huh.
creative, and we have to go and not chase our customers, but we have to
Mm-hmm.
cater to them. That's what we have to do.
Yes. And one of the things, I know what you're talking about, but you know what I used to do with my business cards? I had the return customer thing. So I had 5 dots on it. And every time they would buy from me, I would clip it. And the last dot, they get something free. And I put the value on it, and they
Right.
would really, and they would keep that card, and they say, "Here, this is my second time." I said, "Oh yeah, you did." Click. You might not remember, but they have that card. They remember. They say, "I'm
Yep.
going back to her because I brought all of this." So and I'm close to getting something free.
Right.
And the vending event, they come. If you happen to get lucky and find a vending event that's every Saturday or every day, that you want to go to, those are the best ones, because you got regular customers that keep coming back to you.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. But see, you have to think value of yourself
Yep.
to be able to say, hey, what can I do? Sometimes you get inspired by just other people. Like, I used to get my ideas from other vendors, and I tell them, oh, can I steal that idea from you? They go, girl, go ahead. Because, the vendors, I'm telling you, when I became a vendor and I first started, I was a hot mess. I didn't know what I was doing. But I had other vendors come up to me and tell me, hey, you know what? I see you're having trouble here. Why don't we I had one vendor redesign my whole tent. I was like, okay. And I was like, and it was
That's
a
so
week
good.
long.
That's awesome.
I was like, okay. She changed my whole tables. She goes, here, grab that in. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay, I just let a lady rearrange my whole thing. But guess what? Her
It worked.
rearrangement brought in more customers. I
Yep.
was like,
I mean,
you.
the idea that you go, and I have to tell you, I'm the worst. Like, I can market the living daylights out of you, right? Give me a gal, and
Yeah.
I'll go down my kids always say, Mom, stop talking to people, okay? Please don't tell people that, all right? I can market you till the cows come home, but I have a hard time marketing myself. And
You and someone else that I know.
I you know what? Because and this is, ladies, this is what we're talking about. We're not sitting here not walking the walk.
Mm-mm.
We're talking and walking the walk. We've been there. You see my little book back there? That's my kids' book. And I'll say that illustrator's fabulous, but I won't say anything about my writing. And then people will say, and they'll say, "Oh, so did you do the illustrations too?" And I say, "No." I go, I can't illustrate, but isn't my illustrator wonderful?" So we're really talking from the heart. We're talking from experience, and we want to give you all the tools that you can to make your business better. And I know, listen, if you got a friend or someone that could go with you to your pop-up, have them stand outside like they're shopping. They don't have to say anything. People are like bees, okay, around honey. They got one bee, right? And they start seeing other people and they want to know what the fuss is about, okay? Sometimes when I go talk to my ladies at the pop-ups, I'll be standing there talking with them, and someone will kind of walk by and I'm like, hey, did you see their wreath? Isn't it beautiful? And the woman will say, oh, I didn't see that. And I'm like, oh yeah, these girls do. So have a person prime the pump for you guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting people to your booth, your pop-up.
And you are speaking the truth, because when I was doing the Blueberry Festival in Indiana, it was a week long. That's the one I'm saying that has so much experience in, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I think that was my second time ever being on a live event, and it was a week long. I said, how does this work? I'm like, how does it take protected? So I had a young girl from high school, because I was a teacher at that time. I still had a full-time job, and I had my student, and she was a shy thing. But when she got out there, she was like a different animal. And she started making poems and commercials right there for the people. Come over here, the $5 bling. Come over here, the bid. I mean, I was like, who are you? But she brought the people in. I was like, what on earth? And I said, I thought you said you were shy. I am. I don't know. This place brings out the best in me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, keep going. And I was just like,
it's the truth.
It does help. It does help.
So we'll talk about setting up your booth and what you want to
Yeah,
sell and how to work your pop-up um, um,
that's another show.
at another time. But because there is things you want to do. Um, but
Hmm.
again, look at your surroundings. Look at what if the major corporations pick one? I don't know, soda company, Pepsi,
Hmm.
pick
Hmm.
Nike, pick any corporation. My
Hmm.
sister works for Disney. My son works for Universal. What do they do? They advertise. They put themselves out as the best, the brightest, the most
Hmm.
amazing. And then sometimes you're disappointed. Sometimes you go like, that wasn't really that hot or whatever. But the best thing is always referrals. So if you're at a pop-up and you're relating to people and you've got a great product and people really like it, and you give them a card, say, you know what, here's 2 cards, send me a referral and another gift. This is another thing that you were doing with yours. You want
Hmm.
the word of mouth to spread because we don't have a lot of money to market. So this has to
No.
be it. This has to be it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we're going to keep um, working on this and talking with you ladies about this. If any of you have any questions or you want us to deal with anything that we're not talking about, please let us know.
Yes.
But
We're open to topics. We're open to guests. We're
whatever
gonna be
bothers
sending out.
you, whatever you're having
Yeah,
problems with,
absolutely. This is what this is for all crafters. We're here to help support. Even though I've been in this industry, what I mean, making my own stuff in 2 years, I was a baker. I had a successful business until I deployed to Iraq and I had to go. So I lost it. Like many doctors lost their practice when they deployed. The war was on. We had to do what we had to do.
right?
And then I became the painter and I did the painting. And then I have so much experience under my belt that I can help, and I love helping people. So that's one of the things that I love to do. I love helping people, getting there out there. I'm like you. I can market the heck out of anybody, but it's like I can help anybody, but I need people to help me, which is kind of weird. But I love, when you throw me a question, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is it. And I do it.
And if we honestly don't know, I mean, between the two of us, I've been
Yeah.
when I was a young wife, just last year, of course. Um, I I was in. I think we talked about this before about the penny saver and me trying to do things. I quilted. I made baby shoes. I used to iron clothes when my kids were little. I did anything that I could to uh, bring money into the house. And
Yeah.
I had my own design business, and I was a realtor. I did a lot of things, and um, it it's all the same thing. We're all looking for the same outcome. Okay. You all
Hmm.
have a skill, a talent at something special. Um, I can do a lot of things, but you know what I like to do? I like to tell people about you, and that's what I'm good at. And so
Yeah. We
um,
each take
I
that talent and use it on someone else. And then, but you know what? When you help someone else, you get blessed with someone helping you. And
that's
that's
right.
how we became together because we're like, hey, you want what? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go for it. And I'm like, imagine if our first conversation was like, hey, and I was like, none of this would have happened. But I mean, I'm always gonna brag about this because you interviewed me. It was supposed to be an hour. It turned out an hour and a half, and we didn't know where to go with it. It was
And
like
we had
we
to
just
stop
had fun.
doing. I can't even edit the darn thing because I get to it and I start laughing and I'm like, I can't cut that. That's funny. I can't cut that. So it's out there, and we have a ball. And
Yeah,
if you
and
if you
that's the
look at
thing
our
about having
background,
fun.
well, if you look at
Yeah.
our backgrounds, we're probably as diverse as you could probably get from two points of view. But I think, we all have the same thing in common. And, as women, crafters and artisans and people that make things, we don't we don't always have the I'm not going to say, because I'm like an ADHD kind of person. You know,
Mhm.
my daughters keep me in line. They don't
Yeah.
say, "Mom, you didn't do this," and "Mom, you did do that," and my desk, holy moly. Um, so so I know my faults and I know the things I need help in, and I'm not afraid to ask for that. You know, I'll tell my granddaughter, "Girlfriend, you need to
Mhm.
come over and clean grandma's desk off because it's a mess." And then I yell at her, "Don't throw it away. That scrap of paper, I might need it. I got a scrap of
You know,
paper."
it's like my mom when I was small to get money. My mom would say, "I'll give you $20 to clean up my room," because I was cleaner than her. Unfortunately, I
Right.
was very organized, and she would go, "Okay." And then I would tell her, "Mom, but one thing, you have to go, leave the house because you start getting in the middle, and it's like, don't touch this, don't touch that, don't touch it. But didn't you tell me to clean? Why you telling me now not to touch this? Come on now, just go ahead. If you don't want me to clean, go already, go." So I can
That's
clean. So once
that
she
is
would come
me.
back, the whole room was gorgeous. It would last like 3 months, but it was gorgeous. And she goes, "What did you throw away?" I said, "If you don't know, I'm not gonna tell you."
Exactly.
You didn't
And yeah,
miss it anyway.
and I know where everything is. And when I'm working, if I'm writing or if I'm working on a craft or doing anything,
Uh-huh.
it's my office is, if I'm sewing, get at the heck out of my way. Um, so we just want you ladies to know that we understand and we're where you are, or we've been where you are. Or there's some ladies that have kicked butt. I'm sorry, they are doing well, and I'm hoping to
Mhm.
get them on the show to kind of give you all some
Yes.
inspiration that
Yes. We're gonna
you may
about to
start
do
here,
that.
but you can
Yeah.
end up here. And
Yes.
all of the stories are different. All of our stories are different, but we're all coming together as a group of really powerful and
Hmm.
influential women. And never think that your little clock, your little crochet, your little blanket, whatever you're doing, doesn't mean a lot. It means a
Mm.
lot. And we want to make sure that other people, consumers, customers, your clients understand that your gift of skill and talent is not going to go unappreciated.
Mm-mm.
And
That's the thing. We have to love ourselves before we love others.
yes,
Because
and
if you
it's
don't
not
love yourself,
vanity.
no, it's not. Now, if you're being mean about it, yes, but if you have a heart and you have to think about, and it's hard for me to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I have a hard time, and if it wasn't for somebody in Brittany's group, her name is Devika, and she was reading off the recommendations that I was getting, so I can get it in my head that I was good. And it took like maybe number 35 to understand that I had, all of
You need
these
a top
recommendations.
10.
Yeah, I just didn't. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, well, okay, because we do have that low self esteem. We always told, don't brag, don't do this, don't do that. So it stays with us, and we're shy about it. But once you get out there, you got to get spirited and really show everything. But this is our last minute, so go ahead,
We're
girl.
gonna we're gonna get ready to move on to other things. We have things to do. My dog just came into the room, so it means he wants his lunch too. He's the best clock. I don't know. We need to do a dog clock because he knows exactly when
Yeah.
it's 6 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Well, it's not 3 quite yet. You're a little early. It's a little early.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but
But
from me and Jeanette, we'd like to thank you all
yes.
for joining us. Please let everybody else know that we're out here. My website is www.evenist.com. And yes, I do have a virtual pop up website that I've been working on, and I'd love to have you check it out and see if it's something that we can help you with your business. It's totally affordable, doable, and we're going to run a special, so you can let me know if you know need some help. But please, even if you can't, join me on my own Facebook and my Instagram, and keep tracks. I got newsletters and things going out. And Miss Jeanette, it's your turn to tell you where we can
Hi.
find you.
So yes, I know we gotta like hurry up. But listen, I'm Jeanette from Creations of the Heart Art. I have Facebook, Instagram, social media. Follow me there. I'm gonna do a live on Valentine's, and that's maybe later tonight. So yes, please follow us, and we look forward in seeing you. So we're gonna see you next week. And this is Having Fun with J and J. See ya.
Okay. Bye. Love you
Sounds
guys.
great.
Bye.